Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and the title today is Donerflation. Let's move on to language focus. 1번. In recent years, doner kebab has become extremely popular, to the point that it has surpassed the iconic currywurst, a sausage roll with a curry-flavored ketchup, as the nation's most popular street food. Okay, so as you can see, use the point that. So, use the point that to describe the extent of some behavior. Now, or phenomenon, and something that happened as a result. Okay, so how can I explain this to you? So, to the point that 할 정도로 뭐뭐 하다. 어떤 행동이나 현상의 정도로 인해 일어난 일을 설명할 때 쓰는다. So, as an example, you shouldn't drink alcohol to the point that you can't control your behavior. 자신의 행동을 통제할 수 없을 정도로 술을 마셔서는 안 됩니다. So, basically we're saying, do not drink so much that you cannot control your behavior. But in this situation, we're using to the point that. Okay, next one. Real estate prices rose to the point that nobody wanted to buy a house anymore. Okay, so what does this mean? 부동산 가격은 더 이상 아무도 집을 사고 싶지 않을 정도로 상승했습니다. Which is very much true in this day and age. So yes, to the point that 뭐뭐 할 정도로 뭐뭐 하다. 어떤 행동이나 현상의 정도로 인해 일어난 일 설명할 때 쓰는다. Alright, moving on to 2번 now. In Germany, and by extension, in most Western Europe, doner kebab has come to refer specifically to a sandwich made with doner meat, tomatoes, and sour mixed with a slightly sweet yogurt or mayonnaise-based dressing. It's delicious if you haven't tried it. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, so as you can see, I've highlighted by extension. So we use by extension to express the broader effects of something. So, how can I say? By extension, 더 나아가, 더 광범위한 효과를 표현할 때 쓰인다. So by extension, if we look at our first example here, exercise will improve your physical health and by extension, your quality of life. So 운동은 신체 건강을 개선하고 더 나아가 삶의 질을 향상시킵니다. So, basically we're saying here, doing exercise will improve your physical health, and on top of that, your quality of life. It's almost similar to saying like, 그거뿐만 아니라. It's not just that, but it will also do this. So the company's focus on the quality created strong customer loyalty and by extension, high sales numbers and profits. So, 회사는 품질에 집중한 결과 고객 충성심이 높아졌고 더 나아가 높은 판매량과 수익으로 이어졌습니다. So, obviously, because of this also happened. Alright, now let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. You shouldn't to the point that So if we scroll back up to the top to the point that, remember, 뭐뭐 할 정도로 뭐뭐 하다. Alright? So, let's say you shouldn't make someone angry to the point that they get violent. So 누군가를 폭력적으로 만들 정도로 화나게 해서는 안 됩니다. Alright. 2번. Has become popular to the point everybody has heard of it. Let's say recently with Faker's Hall of Fame induction, League of Legends. I don't know anything about League of Legends, but has become popular to the point that everybody has heard of it. League of Legends를 모르는 사람이 없을 정도로 인기가 많아졌습니다. 3번. Can help you improve by extension. So remember, by extension, if we scroll back up, use by extension to express the broader effects of something. By extension, 더 나아가 광범위한 효과를 표현할 때 쓰인다. So, what can help you to improve and by extension, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about running. Can help improve your cardiovascular system and by extension prolong your life. Similar to what we saw before in the example, but a little bit different. So 달리기는 심혈관 관계를 향상시킬 수 있고 더 나아가 수명을 연장하는 데 도움이 될 수 있습니다. And 4번. Is important and by extension. Let's say studying hard is important and by extension for your job and for your future. For your future. So 공부를 열심히 하는 것은 당신의 직업을 위해서도 더 나아가 미래를 위해서도 중요합니다. Alright, now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. What makes it challenging for a country to become more multicultural? 한 국가가 더 다문화가 되기 어려운 이유는 무엇인가요? I guess maybe it could be certain traditions. There could be a racism factor within the country. It could be dangerous. It could be a number of things that could stop a country from becoming multicultural. It could be working rights. It could be visa situations. It could be import exports. It could be a multiple amount of things that could stop a country from becoming multicultural. In Korea, it does seem that we are becoming more multicultural despite certain traditions and I guess also the older generation still not all being on board with having a massive multicultural society. However, that is changing. When I lived in Australia, that was a very, 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 very multicultural country. It's, they call America the melting pot, but I think that, in Australia, it's also a melting pot as well. So, yeah, it could be a number of things. 2번. How has multiculturalism affected people's eating habits in your country? Okay, so in regards to Korea, obviously, there's just so much more variety to eat. However, in Korea, I've noticed that this might be the same for all Asian countries as well. If there's a Western food restaurant, they do make the food more acceptable for the Korean palate, which is understandable because Koreans sometimes have difficulty eating certain Western foods, and so therefore they need to change it up a little bit, which is understandable. But if you go to, let's say, a Western country who is also selling a different Western food, usually that's pretty authentic, to be honest with you. But it's definitely changed a lot of eating habits here in Korea. I think as well, the introduction of how can I say, franchise brands like McDonald's or Pizza Hut or something like that has definitely made our children a little bit chubbier, in my opinion. Not just children, but people like me, because we love the Western food so much. So yeah, I would definitely say those are some of the things that have affected people's eating habits. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's class, and I'll see you on the next class.
Iconic.
Iconic.
Its own thing.
Its own thing.
Culinary.
Culinary.
Prominent.
Prominent.
Price cap.
Price cap.
Voucher.
Voucher.